Good afternoon. Sean Howard, Corporate Director of Food Services for Senior Resource Group here at our beautiful La Vida Del Mar property in Solana Beach, California. Three, two, one. Good afternoon. Sean Howard, Corporate Director of Food Services for Senior Resource Group here at our beautiful community, La Vida Del Mar in Solana Beach, California. Going to take off my mask since we are socially distanced and we are outside, so I can do a real quick food demonstration hack for you. Everybody likes these hacks. You see them all over the place. I got a hack, and I'm going to use a baking sheet to do it. So we got a little, you got your cookies. You want your cookies to cool, so you're going to use one of these little cooling racks, and that's going to allow the air to get up underneath those cookies and cool it down. This got a multi-purpose use for me, and I use it every time I got to make egg salad because I want to make it easy. Here's my egg, there's my salad. Here's my egg, there's my salad. Here's my egg, there's my salad. Push one more egg through there. Now I've taken all my eggs and I've got a really easy, nice consistency inside those eggs that I can add a little bit of mayonnaise to and make some egg salad for the kids. Or to put on toast, add a little pepper, add a pinch of salt. Le celery, and I mix it up. I like a little bit of mustard in mine too. My kids aren't a big mustard fan, so I've kind of habituated myself into doing it without mustard, but something like that is really easy. You can add in your own relish if you want, anything else. A little bit more, little mayonnaise. Voila. Quick hack, egg salad using a cooling rack.
Hello, my name is Chef Joe Jacobsmeyer, and I'm the Executive Chef at Oakmont of Folsom, and I'm going to share my kitchen hack today for making the perfect smoothie. So what we're going to do here is make what's called my end of summer smoothie. I like to eat it year round. It's something refreshing. You can have it in the morning, you can have it in the afternoon, you can have it at night. The residents really enjoy it here at Oakmont of Folsom. And so what we're going to do is create this without using any type of ice cubes or water, because that'll water down a smoothie. You want it to be creamy, you want it to be flavorful. So the trick is frozen fruit. So what we're going to do today is take about a cup of chopped watermelon, put that into your Vitamix, about 6 strawberries, no stems, throw those in, about half a cup of mint. I leave it whole because, let the blender do its work. Then the secret, frozen peaches, frozen fruit. It's going to help create that frothiness that you want in a smoothie, that creaminess, as well as a little raspberry sorbet, because who doesn't love a good sorbet? Throw that in. And then my favorite part, mango puree. You can use any type of puree you like that you can find in the store. There's so many it's available in the section in the fruits. We're gonna throw mango in there. Throw in about a cup. You can always add more. Take that, now I'll apologize, just be a little loud real quick. Start low on your blender always. Everything's going to come together. Let it go till you see that whirl up at the top, and then you got yourself a nice creamy smoothie, not watered down, full of flavor. We're going to take that, put it into a nice, wine glass because you want to feel fancy while you're drinking a smoothie. And there you go. Go with a spoon, go with a straw, or just right out of the glass. I'm gonna go finish this. Have a great day. Thank you.
Welcome everyone to the foothills of Simi Valley. I'm going to show you how to utilize your leftovers that you might have in your house to make a traditional dish called enfrijoladas. Okay? So most of what we have in our house, maybe some tomatoes, lettuce, and some cheese. And maybe some beans left over in your fridge. So the way to make enfrijoladas is, you're going to get your fried beans or your regular beans, you're going to put them in the blender, and then you're going to make a kind of liquid solution to make your enfrijolada. After that, you're gonna chop up some tomatoes. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. Then after that, you're gonna chop up some lettuce, make it shredded a little bit. After that, you're gonna get your tortillas, your corn tortillas, and then you're gonna fry them up a little bit, which I have them already here, ready to go. Now what you're gonna do is, you're gonna put some oil in a regular pan. Make sure it's hot enough, because you might have to fry your tortilla just for a little bit. Don't fry it too much, because if you make it too hard, you won't be able to fold the tortilla to make your enfrijolada. So here we go. So we're gonna let it work a little bit. We'll let our tortilla get a little bit fried, not too toasty. There you go. So once the tortilla gets a little bit fried, you're gonna remove it out of the oil. And after that, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna make our enfrijolada. So the way to do it, you're gonna dip your tortilla into the beans. You put them on your plate, and then you're gonna add your cheese to it. Okay, and you're gonna fold it like this. Then you get your other tortilla, and the same process. Put it on the plate, put some cheese on it, then you fold it. There you go. After that, all you have to do is add a little bit more cheese. Put your shredded lettuce on the top. Add your tomatoes. And to finish up your dish, all you have to do is add a little more cheese on the top. And there you have it. Enfrijoladas made in less than 2 minutes. A very good dish for you to have in case you want to have a snack. You can even make a regular dinner or regular lunch with it and have fun with it. You're going to enjoy it. Thank you so much. And once again, this is Francisco from the foothills of Simi Valley.
Matthew.
Hi, my name is Anakin.
Welcome to Eschaton Grass Valley.
Today we will be making a smoky pumpkin bisque,
Welcome to our show kitchen. Now normally this recipe takes 20 to 30 minutes.
but because of time restraints, we are going to cook the longer items in a snack.
As you can see, we have our mise en place. What's mise en place, Anakin?
It means everything's in place.
So, first you're going to start with your bacon. You're going to saute that until it's a nice golden brown and crispy.
You're going to take your onions, your garlic, your salt, your pepper, all your dry ingredients, your smoked paprika, your cumin, your nutmeg, and your brown sugar. You're going to mix those, and you're going to saute the onions until they're golden brown. You want to make sure you get a good mix on there, and get all the ingredients tossed together.
You're going to take your bacon after it's nice and crispy. You're going to set that aside in another dish separately. Take it out with a slotted spoon so you don't get the grease. We're going to deglaze the pan with a little of the broth just to get some of that goodness off the bottom that might be there. That's good. I'm going to turn up your heat a little. And then you're going to add your pumpkin puree. And at this point, you'll add your pumpkin puree and you can add more broth to whatever consistency you like. Great. Now you can use fresh pumpkin puree. Some of these, this recipe's nice because of a couple little seasonal hacks. You can get croutons anywhere. And also pumpkin puree in a can is readily available right now too. I think we're going to add a little more broth. We're going to turn up the heat. And at this point, you see the consistency. You're going to let this simmer for about 10 minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Jordan, come on over. Let's show them what the color and consistency look like. So you notice that the pumpkin is going to turn a little brown. That's fine. You want to go ahead and puree all that garlic and onion up. So we're going to use our immersion blender. I'm going to go ahead and add the cream. This is the point you would want to add the cream. After you get the consistency you want, at this point you will again simmer for 8 to 10 minutes. So we're going to go away one more time, and when we come back, we'll have the finished product. Hi. So Jordan, why don't we show what it looks like? It's a great color. We left a little rustiness to it because we wanted some texture. And now we're going to go ahead and dish this up into our bowls. And we're going to top it with some bacon that you rendered off. And we're going to do a few croutons, not too many. This isn't about the croutons, it's about the soup. That is a bowl of fall right there. Jordan. How was that, Jordan?
Good.
Thank you so much for being our videographer. Thank you, Cali Conference. Hope you enjoyed the recipe.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Sean Howard, Corporate Director of Food Services with Senior Resource Group here at our community, La Vida Del Mar in beautiful Solana Beach, California. I'm going to go ahead and take off my mask since we are outdoors and observing social distancing and do a little bit of a food demonstration for you. Food demonstration I'm doing today is going to be an omelet. Really basic, really easy. Everybody loves breakfast. I love breakfast, so why not roll right into it? The omelet I'm going to do is a little 4-ingredient omelet. Just going to have eggs in it, asparagus, a mushroom, red pepper, and shallots. So shallot's going to be to start. Just going to use a little bit of shallot over here, and I'm just going to chop that up real quick, give it a nice fine chop, and add that to my pan. It's going to be the first thing that goes inside my pan because I want that cooking first, give it some flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to that. Just a tiny bit, a smidgen. It doesn't need a lot. There's going to be sugars inside that are going to come out in the shallots. I want to get that flavor going. While that flavor's going, I can get my asparagus chopped up, and I already have it chopped up. Check that out. Wham! And I can get my peppers chopped up, and wham! The power of video. And there's our mushrooms right there. So these 3 ingredients are going to be part of what we're going to put inside there. This would be roasting along. You get that smell, that flavor out of there. You're going to really want to kind of develop that. But once those start going, you can immediately add in your asparagus because it's going to cook about the second. It's going to cook the longest. And then you can add in your peppers and you can add in your mushrooms. These 4 ingredients are going to be what's going to make up our omelet. They're going to just add really good flavors in there. Really simple, nothing much about it. You're going to saute those up and get a nice browning on it so the vegetables are totally cooked. A lot of times you'll see omelets and you'll see that omelet station and they're doing these omelets and they're taking all the ingredients and then they pour the egg on top of that. I don't pour the egg on top of that. I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to set it aside after it's cooked. And when I set it aside, I'm going to show you what to do with the omelet in just a minute. I'm going to put this on the side, right, real quick. Pretend through the power of TV that it's already cooked. And there's our saute over there. And just grab a real quick wipe on that pan. Easy peasy, ready to go for the eggs. Here's our eggs. We're just going to use 2 eggs in this. Doesn't take a lot. 2 is going to make it really simple. And a 1 and a 2. And I'm looking around for my fork, which I see one off in the distance. And I'm going to go ahead and whisk those up real quick. So for this, I always like to add a little bit of liquid to it. Some people will add a half and half to it. Other people will add a little bit of milk to it, just a dash. I'm going to add a dash of soy milk to it. And the soy milk's just going to give a little bit of, it's going to loosen up the eggs a little bit and really just make it a little bit lighter, make it a little bit fluffier. We don't get the pan too hot. I'm going to throw in our oil, just a touch. And I'm even at a point where I just even want to just have just enough in there because it really doesn't need enough. So I'll brush that off a little bit. That's going to be my omelet. It's going to be my base. As soon as I put it in there, it's going to start cooking. You can already see it in there. And as I move it around, this is really going for almost a crepe consistency. I'm going to keep that going like that. Got your high heat rubber spatula. High heat rubber spatula, you can use that to just kind of break it down off the edges. I'm using a non-stick pan here. Makes it really easy. And I'm not putting a lot of egg inside here, so it's cooking really thinly. And the plating on this is going to be awesome. I'm going to give it a little bit of time and just kind of complete our plate. So I've got some fresh vegetables here, so I might as well throw a little bit of fresh strawberries on the plate. Give those a nice little touch. And I even have a fresh kiwi over here. I'm going to go back to my spoon. Some people will do this. You just take the spoon, insert it inside, and just work your way around the kiwi. Really simple, really easy, and then you're not taking all day skinning it. You just end up with that kiwi. And now we can take that and slice it and have these really nice kiwi slices. There's our eggs. We are set. I'm going to turn down the temperature on that one real quick. I'm going to add our kiwis to this plate. And here's my cooked mix. I'm going to throw right down the middle of this. Almost like a crepe. Really different consistency on this omelet. It's not, it's not your fold in half omelet. I'm really going for something that's more of a crepe consistency. And I'll actually just fold it right on the plate, in the pan. And I'm just going to really loosely transfer that over to the plate. Voila. We have our omelet, and brush that up a little bit. Give it a little bit of garnish. Why not throw some dill in there? Bon appetit. Beautiful omelet, nice and light, really flavorful.
Hi, my name is Kelly. I'm the executive chef at Oakmont of El Dorado Hills, and today I'm going to be cooking something that my family does every year on Halloween while we watch our scary movies, and it is a lentil soup. So today I have diced carrots, celery, onions, and red bell peppers, and some diced up ham. We normally get a ham steak, or if you have leftover ham, this is always one of those where if you have one carrot left over, one piece of celery, some odds and ends, and you can utilize them in this also. I'm also going to throw in some diced up pork and some cilantro. I like cilantro, it's one of my favorites, and it just brings life to anything you put it in. There's also all different variations of this soup. It can either be no meat, or you can add some vegetarian chorizo. My sister likes spicy and she doesn't eat meat, so we utilize the chorizo in lieu of the ham or pork. Now I have about 2 cups of lentils here, and about 2 cups of diced potatoes also. And then our spices are going to be granulated garlic, salt, pepper, chili powder, chili flakes, and some cumin. Now, usually I use a crock pot, but today I'm going to just start it in a pot. The crock pot is something cool because you can throw all your ingredients in, go out, go trick-or-treating, and then come back and your dinner's ready. Now, as we say in summertime, even though this is a fall recipe, everyone in the pool. Okay, everyone in there. We're gonna throw our spices in. We're gonna throw our lentils in. And our potatoes. And you can leave that water that you've had them sitting in. It gives it a nice starch, so it kind of brings it together a little bit. And then I have sitting here 4 quarts of water. And then we're just gonna let it go. All right, and by the power of TV magic, we have yummy lentil soup. Now, usually we have cheese bread that goes with our lentil soup that my family and I always do, or a really nice Irish soda bread, which is super easy to make and nice and dense. It doesn't get really dry. But today I made a cornbread muffin with jalapenos and cheddar cheese. Super yummy. It's a nice dip in there. Get all that juice out of there from the ham and the pork. And I also sometimes like to throw on a little dollop of sour cream. The possibilities are endless. It's super yummy, it's super fast, and it'll feed you for like 3 days. The crock pot is one of my favorite things, especially working long hours. This is one of those let it go, leave it, forget it, and come back and you have dinner. I hope you enjoy.
Welcome. I'm Peter Cady from Sierra Point in Roseville, California. And today we're going to do a very quick demo on a beautiful but very quick dish. Swiss chard. We're outside. I'm 6 feet from everyone, so I'm going to take my mask off so that you can see my beautiful face. All right. So what do you do with a Swiss chard? Well, it's very simple. You kind of strip it. You leave the leaves, you take the stems. Don't throw those stems away. Those stems are beautiful. You paid for them. Let's use them. We're going to chop them and use them right into the saute. Okay? My pan's getting hot, and while my pan's getting hot here, we're going to take a little bit of beautiful avocado oil. Avocado oil is wonderful because it has a high smoke point and it's very, very good for you. It's one of those wonderful fats. So a little bit of avocado oil. You can see the pan's hot. So we're going to take some chopped onion, some bell pepper. This gives such beautiful color to the dish and flavor. Some nice cremini mushrooms. All these earthy flavors mixed with the Swiss chard. And now the stems, and a few more that I cut earlier. I'm going to take a little bit of roasted garlic. I'm going to take the roasted garlic, add a little bit of roasted garlic in, but I'm going to take roasted garlic here while I've got it in my hands, and I'm going to use it for my dressing. Okay, you can see just how pretty that is. And I'm going to let it cook a little bit, saute, and you get caramelization. Okay, so now I'm going to take my balsamic vinegar. We're going to take our wonderful fresh basil, take those heavy stems off, and throw that right in our blender. A little salt, a little pepper, and then our olive oil. I like to take the top out and pour the olive oil while it's blending. About a cup. We'll add some of our beautiful Swiss chard. Touch of white wine. white wine adds both flavor and a little bit of liquid so that it steams slightly. As you can see, we have it's been nicely steamed. The Swiss chard is just gently wilted. We're going to put it in the plate. A little bit of the wonderful caramelized vegetables from the bottom. We're going to take a little bit of the balsamic vinaigrette, garnish it. A little bit of chives on top. We have a beautiful dish. Thank you. Peter Katie, SRG Sierra Point, Roseville.
I hope you guys doing good. Today we're gonna be doing one of my favorites. It's a filet mignon. We're gonna do some rainbow carrots, and we're gonna be sauteed mushrooms, red wine garlic with it, and then we're gonna top it off with some nice onions, fried onions for garnish. So we're gonna start with our filet mignon. Today I used a 5-ounce filet mignon, and we're gonna season it. A lot of pepper, a lot of salt, both sides. Pepper, some salt. And then you're gonna cook this to your order. If you wanna cook it rare, it's gonna be about 120. Medium rare, about 130. And then well done, it's gonna be about 160. It's gonna take probably about 15 minutes to cook. So we're gonna start cooking the filet mignon, and then we're gonna go on and do our sauce, and then we can present it. We're gonna start doing our sauce. So we're gonna start with some olive oil, and then you're gonna put in your mushrooms. And you're just gonna let it sit there and saute for a few minutes. Then we're gonna be adding our garlic. And then you're gonna be seasoning it with a little bit of salt and some pepper. And once the mushrooms are getting a little brownish, then we're gonna be adding our red wine. And for a little bit more flavor, I like to use a little bit of beef base. And we saute for a few minutes until the sauce gets a little bit thickening. So we're gonna check our sauce. As you see, it's already thickening. I used a little bit of, it's just a little bit of cornstarch to make it a little bit thickener. So it's ready to go. Now we're gonna check our steaks. For the starch, I used a garlic roasted mashed potato. And then of course we're gonna be a rainbow carrots with it. And we're gonna display our plate. Okay, I like to put my rainbow carrots underneath. Okay. And then my garlic mashed potato just on top. And of course our filet mignon. And I will be adding our sauce. And you can put as much sauce as you like. That's beautiful. And then of course we're gonna top it with our onions. Your plate, it's ready. Enjoy.
Hello, I'm the chef Porfirio A. Limas from Maravilla Senior Resource Group, and I'd like to welcome you to Let's Dish. Since we are outdoors and I'm complying with social distancing, I'm going to remove my mask. All right, in today's Let's Dish, I'd like to show you how to cook a simple, nutritional recipe with 5 ingredients in 5 minutes. All right, so let me show you the ingredients. So our main ingredient today is going to be fresh Atlantic salmon. I cut it with the skin on. We're going to sear the skin until it's crispy. And let me show you this beautiful whole Atlantic salmon that I have here. It's an 8 to 10 pounds. Very nice, very fresh. So the second ingredient is going to be brown lentils. We have tomatoes and organic baby arugula and fresh organic basil that I'm going to use to make pesto. So today's dish, it's called pan-seared skin-on fresh Atlantic salmon with sauté al dente brown lentils, baby organic arugula, and fresh made pesto, where I'm going to show you that in a couple minutes. All right, so to start, like I say, it's going to be 5 minutes. So I got about 3 cups of water going, and I'm going to add 1 cup of brown lentils. So that's half a cup, another half a cup. And when I cover that, I gotta get that going because lentils gonna take about 4.5 minutes to cook. All right. Next step, I'm gonna season our salmon. We're gonna put a little bit of salt on both sides. Oh, let's do 2. And fresh cracked pepper. Always fresh cracked pepper for all the recipes. Here you go. Now I'm gonna use avocado oil to cook. When I pan sear or pan fry, I like to use avocado oil because the heating limit for avocado oil, it's 500 degrees. So it's a very healthy and safe oil for pan searing and pan frying as well. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful. All right, we're gonna get that going, let it sear. So next step, I'm gonna dress up the arugula. So very simple. I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh squeezed lemon juice, not that much. Little bit of salt. Drizzle with a little bit of avocado oil, fresh cracked pepper. You're gonna toss it. I love arugula. It has this nice lemony, peppery taste in it. All right, it's ready. We're gonna let it aside. Next step is one of my favorite things to do. I'm gonna make pesto. Pesto is made with fresh garlic, basil, and oil. You can use your favorite oil for that. I just love avocado oil. And I'm gonna use my favorite on-the-go tool, which is the mortar. All right. So to start, we're gonna place some of the basil. We're gonna season a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic, fresh pepper, and a little bit of oil. Here you go. When you do this, I recommend you to hold them in your hand. So you're gonna start smashing the basil. The nice thing about the mortar, that it has this little shape inside that creates a variation, which actually makes smashing, in this case the basil, very easy. This process takes about 60 to 90 seconds, and I recommend you to hold it in your hand to make So you can control the pressure with one hand and you hold the pressure with the other hand, like that. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second and I'm gonna check status of my salmon. So it's almost there. Searing the salmon on the skin side takes about 3 minutes on a medium to high heat. So it should be cooked about 60% when it's finished searing, and then we can just sear the other side. So I will continue with the pisto. I love doing the pisto this way. Actually, it should be done this way. It's actually a good workout for you as well. So here you go, it's almost there. Lentils are going pretty well. Remember, we don't have to cook them all the way. I think the best thing about cooking lentils is cooking them al dente, a little bit al dente if you don't like it too al dente. But it's actually the best way to enjoy it. All right, pisto is almost ready. Obviously, if you want to make a larger amount of pisto, then you might have to use a bigger mortar. But you can feed here enough pisto for about 4 servings. Oh my God, I just love the smell of the fresh basil. All right, today I want to do a little variation on the pisto. These are just the ingredients of it, but I like pisto in the creamy side. So in order to make it a little bit creamy, I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise. See, like a spoonful. That's enough to make it nice and creamy. Look at this. Amazing, isn't it? Here you go. I think it's gonna be a little bit more. Here you go. All right, so pisto is ready. Ready to go. Look at that. That's the way it's gonna look. It's beautiful. Now it's time to flip the salmon. You know, if you like salmon on the well done side, you can always cook it a little bit longer, but it should be about 3 minutes on the skin side to make it nice and crispy. As you can see, it's beautiful and crispy already, and it's about 50% cooked right there. So if you like it on the medium side, which I recommend, I will just sear it about another minute on the other side. But if you like it more well done, you can always sear the size of the salmon as well, this way, you know? So you can cook it all the way through without burning the skin or the other side without the skin, all right? So we're gonna continue cooking that. Let's check our lentils. Oh, our lentil looks great. It's almost there, right? Now we're gonna set the arugula in the presentation plate. See, arugula is very good itself. If you just dress it up lightly with a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of your favorite oil, salt and pepper, that's good enough for the arugula. This is a very, very nutritional meal. You have salmon, which is offer you protein and omega-3 oils. Then you have iron and protein on the lentils as well. You have fiber on the arugula. You know, this is just a complete meal in just 5 minutes. All right, let's finish the lentils. To finish the lentils, you're gonna drain the lentils, and using the same pan, you're gonna put a little bit of oil, and we're gonna put some tomatoes. In this process, I recommend you not to brown the ingredients. You just want to lightly cook it for about maybe 20 seconds, just in order for the ingredients to release the flavor. As you can see, Just enough to release the flavors. That's it. And then we're gonna put the lentils back. All right? And next, I'm gonna add a little bit of water from the lentils. Here you go. That's enough. Don't put too much water because we don't want to make a soup. We just want to continue kind of lightly braising the lentils. Okay, salmon looks ready. So we're going to turn this off. And the next step is to season the lentils. A little bit of salt. Fresh pepper. It's one of my favorite ingredients. Freshly cracked. Okay, so lentil seems to be ready. So we're gonna make a small bed of the lentils. Oh my God, every time I eat this dish, can't stop raving about it. And the next, we're gonna set the salmon for the lentils. And next step will be to add the pesto. See, the pesto, you can use it for the salmon. You can actually mix it with the lentils as well. It's just delicious in any way you use it. Here you go. And you can always garnish it with some tomatoes. And here you go. Very nutritional meal with 5 main ingredients in 5 minutes. Thank you for watching and see you next time.